This is the one episode rule, a podcast about first impressions. I'm Magpie, and how are all of you today?
I'm Blackle. I am from Canada, and there's no more information about me that exists.
All right.
Amazing. Hi, I'm Joey, and I did not do Evil Slumber today, so I'm very proud of that.
Nobody knows the evil slumber joke except for us.
Yeah, but it's funny. I didn't take a nap, is what I'm saying.
Hi, I'm Emma, and to answer your question, Magpie, I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah, that was another
I'm the
thing I
only-
was gonna comment on.
I was very confused by the progression of that conversation, but it's good to be with you all again.
It's just it's just a quirk of the dub.
Listen,
Anyway.
my espelegiology, my state of existence is part of my mood. My
Okay. Yeah.
epistemological.
How
state
how
of
are
being.
you? How are you, Blackle? Oh, I'm Canadian.
That's how I
Character
am.
quirk.
That's how I am.
I know like 3 Canadians personally, and that does seem to be like a proper vibe.
That's yeah. I guess
That's
you're right.
true. It's true.
Vibe check. I'm Canadian.
I'm experiencing Canadian feelings today.
Yeah.
You have things to tell us about, though?
Me? Oh, it's my turn?
Maybe?
Okay. Well,
It is your turn.
I got something to talk about, which is that this weekend, it was a long weekend for Canadians, which is why I'm feeling especially Canadian. And what I spent my time on was getting into Second Life, because a friend of mine has been pressuring me to, because she wants to explore, like, ancient digital spaces that have all been abandoned with me, and unfortunately her internet has been broken for the last 30,000 years, so I was on my own. So I got it downloaded. I was fiddling around with it. I was like, these player models suck, because they were all really they were just normal humans, and I'm like, if I'm gonna be a human in a 3D virtual reality, I feel like I couldn't. They would take away my furry cards, so I have to figure something out. So I had this 3D model that I had made years ago, and I figured out how to attach it to the Second Life skeleton, because your character has a skeleton and you can attach models to it. And so I was like, I'm gonna upload this mesh, and I learned that it costs $3 to upload this mesh. So I paid $3 to upload this mesh to Second Life on my first day of using Second Life. And then I went and I started chatting with people in the public zones, and I met a small bird who's an orb wearing sunglasses, and I also met a person who was wearing a furry avatar who said that they were not a furry and didn't know what it was. And surprisingly few furry avatars in Second Life. It's surreal. You'd think that
Be
they
the
would be
change.
everywhere, but be the
change.
change that you want to
I'm
see.
gonna be real. I think all the furries probably went over to VR chat.
That's probably very true.
I know all the Dark Souls and Silent Hill people and people who wanted to be the car from Initial D went there. So
Wow.
with working headlights, even.
Wow.
I wish my headlights worked.
But it all came to a head when I was in this server. They're called I think they're called realms or regions in Second Life. I'm still not clear on the lingo, but I was in one of these areas, and someone with a Elmo avatar walked by and started doing Elmo impressions, and then they transformed into Smeagol and started doing Smeagol impressions, and then the server crashed. And I joined the next day, and I met the person that I was talking to the other day, and we were talking, and they were like, oh yeah, they shut the server down because they thought that the person who was doing Smeagol impressions were trolling, and I'm like, what? First of all, what? Second of all, this is just, what's the word? Because I'm sure we all have seen the Monster Factory episode where they go to Second Life.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I'm just thinking of the admin for the server they were on, where they made the pizza real big. being like, my server's right over the block button or whatever. And I'm just like, all these Second Life is so old. Like, I think I right clicked on some like ground and I clicked information and it said created 2008. So like Second Life is pretty old. And it's probably like seen a lot of like trolls and like just general miscreants. And so I can only imagine how strong the restart nuke server button trigger finger is for like all of the Second Life admins. So I can't blame them. But at the same time, it's very, very funny that they
like, oh my god, fucking kill it now.
Just end it. So yeah, that's my experience with Second Life so far.
Excellent. Do note down if you see anything particularly freakish, so you can talk to us about it on the podcast.
I will. Someone did send me, like, I was talking to someone, I was like, oh wow, your avatar has a blunt, and they're like, oh cool, do you want it too? And they transferred the mesh model to my face.
Wow.
Then my character was smoking a blunt too, so it's
Wow.
it's quite
incredible.
Past the mesh.
Past the mesh. Yeah.
Meshish? Is that anything?
No.
Yeah.
Go home.
You go next.
Me?
Yes, you.
Hey everybody, nothing has happened to me for
All right.
days. I've been in stasis.
Turn past.
I started Duolingo again. Is that
cool?
Yeah.
I mean,
What language?
I'm proud of you.
What language are you learning? Japanese?
No, Esperanto.
Nothing.
How sick would it be if I just didn't talk for the whole rest of the episode?
That would be great. I was starting to feel it already. I was like, wow.
Just sweat nervously, like, oh.
Well, I thought you were already like really experienced with Japanese, so you might want to learn a different language.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 years of Japanese under my belt, but it's been a while since I've actually practiced, so it's nice to kind of get back into the groove. Try to remember some stuff. Here, you know what? Yeah, I've got a fun fact for the day. In Japanese, this is actually something that Duolingo has kind of messed up. Japanese doesn't really like have pronouns per se. Like when you generally just say someone's name when you're referring to them, even if they're, right next to you.
And there's like 5 different kinds of eyes.
Yeah,
So
there's a bunch of different ways to say I and a bunch of different ways to say you. But as far as like he and she, it's not that they don't exist, it's just that they're not really used. They do have kare, which is he, and kanojo, which is she. But in regular conversation, those are actually used to refer to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, which is really cool. So it's like calling someone my he.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
That's like in German, the word for friend. So in German, like almost every single noun has like a masculine or feminine version. So like Ärztin is like a female doctor instead of Arzt, which is a doctor. And so whenever you're talking about your like friend, you say Freund or Freundin. And what's funny is that the word for boyfriend and girlfriend is also Freund and Freundin. So it's very confusing.
Excellent.
Wow.
Good job, Germans.
So if you
My
want to refer
ancestors.
to, yeah,
I mean,
so if
you're
you want to
welcome.
refer to a friend, that isn't your girlfriend, but it's a girlfriend, you'd say like Freundin von mir, which is like a friend of mine, instead of sie ist mein Freundin is like she is my
Love
girlfriend.
it.
It's very confusing.
Delightful.
Ah.
So I've got something I want to talk about, which is outside of the news segment, actually. So me and Joey sat down to watch some of those animes.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them we actually finally got around to was we cracked the seal on Dorohedoro. And boy, I'm glad that we tackled that off of the show because it is too good for this show.
It's very fucking good.
That show It's fucking dope. It's very intense.
Yes.
It is full of constant murders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just,
Uh,
just like
not-
non-stop skin removal.
not a single brain cell among any of the characters.
No.
We think that Mr. N may think, but we're not
Maybe.
sure.
But all he thinks about is mushrooms.
All he thinks about is mushrooms and violence. So that show was great. We're only about 3 episodes in.
We didn't want to eat it all up at the same time.
I wanted to save
Yeah.
some of that because it's nice. But long story short, big lizard head man fights wizards and eats gyoza.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's very good.
He's
And
really,
that
really good.
Is Dorohedoro.
Yeah, and we also watched something else that I think Joey wanted to get into.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
So this was a mistake. So Magpie had Netflix open and was just scrolling through the options, like, what else should we check out today? And one of them caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I've heard the first episode of this is really weird, but I can't bring it to the show because I know at least one of us has already watched it. Let's check out What's So Weird in episode 1 of Food Wars.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, Food Wars.
Do y'all know
did see
about
the first
this?
episode of that.
I had to watch it for a school assignment.
What?
Why? Hey, what? Can you go into this?
What's that? Yeah, I took a Japanese film class that was, and a lot of what we watched was like cool classic Japanese cinema, like Funeral Parade of Roses, and then like Ghibli stuff, and that was
Watching
cool.
dope ass samurai movies.
No, actually, we mainly watched stuff that was like sort of like more modern era, like culturally relevant things, which was kind of sad. A samurai movie would have hit really good, but we also watched Food Wars. Just the first episode.
Uh-oh.
That seems deeply inappropriate.
Yeah.
Because listen,
So-
like, yeah, you do it. This is your time to shine.
I don't know if I'm gonna shine, but like, so they're cooking.
They're cooking.
I wasn't really following like who the characters were very closely, so it seemed like maybe a kid and his dad,
Yeah, they were competing.
and yeah, they were having a little competition, and they're like, come over here and try our food, and tell us which of these is the best. And some girl comes over and chows down, and she all of a sudden she starts moaning.
Yep.
It's-
Sexually.
Yeah,
It's very
Yeah.
shocking.
it's very suggestive. It's very just like, oh, I'm being directly stimulated.
Yes. So I was like, oh, well, that's
Just like
That's
that's a
a
little
thing.
suspect. Maybe they're
that's
doing
a
that.
little yeah.
They're just doing a little comedy there. Like, it's fine.
So
They didn't go
so
too
we
far
do
with that.
keep watching, and she's like, oh, the dad one is better, and the son is like sulking, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna punish you now. I'm gonna feed you my awful tentacle peanut butter shit. And he makes this girl eat the peanut butter tentacle, and then it gets worse, and there's just
Oh,
a
yeah.
very extremely graphic scene of
The tentacles arrive.
the tentacles arrive. They go in. It's juicy. It's not good, and we
That-
tapped out, and
that's pretty much where we
the
left.
s- That's the story of how I ruined date night.
Oh my god.
You know what? I think the tentacles were why we watched it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it
Hello?
was 'cause
Elaborate.
we had a discussion. We had a discussion day about tentacle porn.
Why?
We just talked about Japanese censorship, and then we all looked at The Fisherman's Wife for a while.
Why?
Shocking, shocking moments on the podcast tonight.
Like you've said what you did, but you never explained why you did it.
It's Japanese history.
Who's teaching this
What can you
class?
say?
Because somebody's got to do it.
No, I don't. It's not necessary.
Somebody's got to do it.
This everything about this was a mistake.
Let's go to the news, I guess.
Yeah.
Please give us some news.
We've got two things I want to hit on. One of them is a proper news item, which I noticed, which I saw the title, which made me look at it, and I saw the cover, and which made me very interested. Which was Chainsaw Man manga shreds through 3 million copies in circulation. They hit a
Hell
big
yeah.
milestone. And that made me aware of the fact that A, there is a manga called Chainsaw Man. And B, the covers of it look like this, which means I'm probably going to read Chainsaw Man.
I was crossing my fingers and hoping that no one would find out about this until it got an anime adaptation so I could bring it to the show, because it just feels like it's exactly Magpie's shit.
It does, doesn't it?
I gotta get in there.
You gotta get in
Look
there.
at him.
Do you
Well,
think that
if-
there's a? I think that so he's got a chainsaw for a head, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you think there's a lot of fan fiction between Chainsaw Man and the gun anime we watched? The gun anime we watched.
I don't think so, because their heads are gonna interfere with each other.
I believe also there's already a gun-headed man in Chainsaw Man for him to romance.
No, he's got his own gun senpai.
He has his own demons to face. Waka waka.
This is very much like No Guns Life, but turned up to 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very like No Guns Life, but covered by the Mars Volta.
But the screaming metal version.
So it's like, is it a Gretzko plus no guns life?
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
Wow.
And there's
Chainsaw
some-
Man, for the folks who don't know, it is, as far as I am aware, it is about the idea that there are devils that embody the world's fears, and they're so granular that there exists the Chainsaw Devil, who is our main character, who goes around to kill other devils to protect people.
Excellent.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So good for the artist and or author. Yeah, it's both. They do both.
Hell yeah.
Well, actually,
Nice.
I can't actually serve a pronoun on that Japanese name.
I believe Tatsuki is
How about
traditionally a male name.
we go with Fujimoto-san?
Yeah, Fujimoto-san.
I congratulate them on their success. And apparently they're going to drop this in English.
Nice.
Hell yes.
And the second thing is this is more of an opinion piece from where I got it, from Crunchyroll News, actually. But I was interested in it because I'm interested in who it covers, which is they interviewed Sungwon Cho, the voice actor
Hell yes.
known as ProZD,
Yeah.
on his favorite anime of all time. And for those of you who wouldn't have guessed, ProZD is what we could call like an advanced weeb. He's more of a weeb than we are.
Oh, by far, he's powerful.
So I kind of wanted to bust out his list and see what we thought of it.
Just hit us.
Yes, please.
There are some on here that I do not recognize, which is interesting.
Fair enough.
He puts at number 1 a show called Chi. Oh my god. Chihaya Furu, which is all one word, so smash it
Sure.
together better. As his number 1. I don't know what that is. Number 2 is Monster, which I need to get around to, because Monster is interesting. Mushishi, Cowboy Bebop, of course. Silver Spoon, Gurren Lagann, Mob Psycho. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is ancient. Many people don't know about that. And Shirobako and Haikyuu.
Wow.
And just for an honorable mention, at number 11 is the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which numerous members of this podcast have enjoyed.
Haruhi changed me, but that's really the most I can quantify. Haruhi changed me. I'm different after watching it.
So I wanted to
I
post
liked
this.
it, I think.
I wanted to post this, and there's like 20 more, but I wanted to post this
Sure.
to the podcast to see whether we wanted to roast Sungwon about it.
No?
I think Sungwon has good taste.
Because he's got pretty
more or
good
less.
taste.
Yeah. A lot of the things that you listed are actually on my list of good things I want to bring to the podcast. So
Nice.
Well, don't bring Monster. I already knew about that.
no, yeah, of course.
That I feel like that's one you got to give more than one episode, because that's like a Hannibal Lecter epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, sounds like he's got pretty solid taste. Haikyuu is I have not really watched it, but as I understand it, it is the most normal sports anime. So I feel like I would like it.
Let's see what else is on here. Let's see if there's any more
I think
standouts.
the only sports anime actually it wasn't anime. I watched the Prince of Tennis live action movies. I
Wow.
enjoyed those.
Really?
Let's see.
You did?
Stein.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm not questioning your taste. I'm just kind of shocked. Prince of sports anime in general seems like not black hole food. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Steins
Good.
Gate
I
is
was
on
in
here.
high school, so
Steins Gate.
Steins
that?
Gate is on here.
Hell yeah.
So's Beastars. So's Kaiji.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Knew you were my friend, Sungwon.
There's also Hajime no Ippo, which I've been meaning to get into, and Aizuken, which I agree with. I disagree with
Yeah.
that. What would y'all put on y'all's list? I'm not gonna make you order them right now.
Well, luckily
Kaiji.
I already have.
Open spreadsheet.
I literally have a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna look at it now.
I think
I
there was
do
a
too,
lot
but
of
I'm not
anime
gonna
that I've
look at
seen
it.
that I enjoyed, but also I feel like could have been better, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched the one that was I think the name of it was the town where only I'm forgotten or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, but also I felt like it bounced around too much and it just seemed like it lost its way halfway through. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was still good though.
I noticed
I like it a lot. For those of you who don't recognize that title, it is also known as Erased.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Erased. I think Erased is up there on my list. I don't know if it's probably I think it's probably top 3 of things that I've watched. I really liked it a lot.
I noticed that that Fooly Cooly isn't on this list, which means that ProZD unfortunately has shit taste.
Sorry, ProZD.
He's
Sorry.
not your friend.
Sorry that you're such a fucking scrub. Also, oddly enough, likes Ghibli. Of Ghibli movies, likes Porco Rosso best.
Wow. Is that the one with the
Better
bags?
better a pig than a fascist.
Better a pig than a fascist.
Yeah.
Oh,
A lot of pigs are fascist, though, I guess.
waka waka.
I think Paranoia Agent is on mine, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't know. Like, I think that like my favorite anime is Summer Wars, but that's a movie.
That's fine.
Does that count? Okay.
Yeah, Summer Wars totally counts.
Yeah, it counts.
Summer Wars
is a great fucking
for
movie.
sure my favorite movie. Like my favorite anime movie. That is.
Wow. I'm glad.
At the top of my list is probably Akira there because I love Akira. I grew up with it.
Akira's also great.
Good stuff.
Oh.
Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, I just didn't like Akira very much.
Oh no!
I just didn't.
All right.
Uh-oh. There's gonna be a battle.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it
Uh-oh.
wasn't for Emma.
And it's not your favorite.
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, what the fuck's wrong with it, Emma?
I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't. I understood it. I respect it, and I think that it has a lot of really cool themes. I just didn't like it. I didn't like looking at it.
You don't like cyberpunk? You don't like
not really, no. No.
Wow.
I don't really like cyberpunk. I'm sorry, that's my big secret.
Doesn't enjoy
your
cool
prerogative.
motorcycles?
I'm neutral towards motorcycles. At best. Every time that I come on the podcast, I reveal a new thing that will cause me to be canceled by the anime community if they ever hear this program.
It's not very punk of you, Emma.
I'm sorry. I don't like Akira that much. I mean, it's not. I don't hate Akira. I'm just not hungry for it.
Not enchanted by that groundbreaking soundtrack.
The soundtrack is great. You know, Johnny Young Bosch is great. But it just doesn't grab me. I don't know what to say. I'm not on trial here.
Are you sure about that? So anyway, we should get back to like trash culture, like we normally cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
let's
me the
get some
trash.
garbage.
Yeah, we don't cover nice things.
No, we don't.
This was a really long intro so far.
Yeah, so
Very long.
I felt it dragging out a little bit. So we're gonna spice things up with heaven or hell.
Uh-oh.
What I want you guys to do is to I'm gonna flip this coin and I want you to call it. All right?
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
flip
say
it.
tails.
I'm gonna flip it now.
Tails.
Tails.
Oh, bad luck.
Uh-oh.
We've chosen poorly.
We've ascended. We've
So-
descended.
So one of the reasons I did a coin flip on this one is I didn't want to bear the entire brunt of the blame for this one. Whenever we dive into an anime called Punchline that I found on Crunchyroll, which sounds okay, and you'll be mad about later.
All
boy.
right.
All right, we're back to an episode where I get yelled at.
This, you know what? On the one hand, I am very angry, but on the other, it's like, can I even get mad? Is this just what I deserved for talking about how Akira is an average film?
So, one of our friends did inform us that today is National Undies Day. So,
Oh,
what a way to
good.
celebrate!
Oh,
What a way
good.
to celebrate.
Oh my god.
Somebody wants to read that blurb. You can go ahead and do that.
Punchline centers on Yuta Iridatsu, a high school student with a peculiar habit. When he sees a girl's panties, he gets so excited he faints. After a certain incident with a ghost cat, his soul gets separated from his body. Using his special powers, Yuta watches the daily lives of the inhabitants of an apartment and sometimes plays tricks on them. Eventually, Yuta decides to unlock the secrets to why Earth will be destroyed and tries to save it.
Interesting way to phrase that. Hey, is this just Yu Yu Hakusho but worse?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Yu Yu Hakusho.
By the way, I love the amount of spite you read that blurb with.
Yeah, well, it was deserved.
I was gonna. I didn't expect you to jump on it, and then whenever you did, I was just like, it's just like, oh, I know that tone of voice.
Oh shit! Get out of the way.
I should be
Take
quiet.
several steps backwards. Yep.
No. Here's my thing. Horny anime is not automatically bad. Fan service is not automatically a bad thing. It's just that this show is trying to be like 5 different shows at once and also be horny, and I just couldn't handle it.
It's a lot, isn't it? Like, even in the horniness factor, it's not the most fucked up thing we've seen.
No, not by far.
As far as like plot and like even just like outright horniness go, this is like better than Conception.
Yeah, by far.
But
you know what? I'm gonna diverge from you guys. I thought that this show was good. I enjoyed it. I think that it was an important contribution to the perverts looking at panties genre. No, I'm kidding. I hated this a lot. I fucking I didn't want to watch this. Okay, the instant he fucking like, okay, so let's start from the top. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's start from the top here. So we've got a fucking
bus hijacking.
We've got a fucking speed with Sandra Bullock and the other dude from the Matrix. I forgot his name. Speed is happening in this anime. And people are being like threatened at gunpoint, and then this like knockoff anime girl, like magical girl, comes to like save the day, and it's fucking.
She's orange juice themed. She has a straw. She beats the shit out of a bunch of luchadors with it.
And whenever they shoot at her, she like defends herself with the straw, and it just makes Gary's Mod noises. And it was really, all the animation was really fucky, and like it just looked like dragging, like it looked like tween animations in like Adobe Flash 4, where you like just linearly interpolate positions, and like So what happens is that there's a fight with the men who's hijacking the bus, and the citric acid girl is like fighting back against them, and then
her name is Strange Juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a joke that works a lot better in Japanese, because in Japanese orange juice is orange juice and strange is sutorenji. So like it sounds like store orange juice, but that doesn't. That's nothing in English.
Anyway, so she battles with the guys who are like hijacking the bus, and then like they manage to stop the bus using the help of a hacker girl she actuates the teeth in the toll booth, and it like cuts the teeth up of the bus. Anyway, the mastermind, who was pretending to be a passenger, stands up and takes his gun out and like is going to off Mrs. Satsuma.
Can I get an aside here for just a second on the mastermind? How did anybody not notice the mastermind? He is a fucking stand user.
Yeah. How did nobody clock that outfit?
It's that fucking. It's that fucking Key and Peele joke again. Where it's like, look out, the stand users could be anybody. And then the stand user. Anyway, go on.
And so, basically, she is in dire straits. She's like kneeling on the floor, and the mastermind has a gun to the back of her head. And the protagonist of this, a real Kirito-looking motherfucker, is
He's
like,
wait, he's more of a Simon from Gurren Lagann. But go ahead.
well, okay. Anyway, he like wakes. He comes to from getting knocked out, and he like opens his eyes, and he sees that this woman is going to get fucking murdered, gonna get fucking like bodied, and his eyes are immediately drawn, and the camera zooms in extremely quickly to a different woman who's kneeling nearby, and her panties are showing, and then he goes Super Saiyan and tackles the mastermind out of the bus and into the water with superhuman speeds. And at that very instant, I was like, well, okay, F12, tab over to the right iframe, document query selector video dot playback rate equals 2. I set the video speed to 2 times speed. And then, so he fucking... is in the water, and he gets saved by, I think it's Strange Juice.
Strange Juice.
And then he sees her panties, and then the universe explodes. And then at that moment, when all the blood came out of his nose, and I thought, well, he doesn't have any blood anymore, I pressed F12 again and set the speed to 4. So I watched the rest of the anime at 4 times speed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my god.
Punchline, but every time they show
Panties,
it gets a little
faster.
bit faster.
God.
So what you're
Within
saying
5
is-
seconds.
You don't have a lot of experience to discuss the show critically. You may have missed some of the finer details.
Yeah. Some of the finer fucking details of this show.
I just had to
that's
get
one
through
way
it.
to
I just
call
had to
them.
get through it. That's all I needed to do. And then I just kept telling myself I was okay. If I got through it, then I got through it, and I'm
You know
I
what?
got
You
through it.
are okay. That's fine. As a note here, I do have pinpointing the moment Blackle started screaming. So I'm surprised you didn't tap out entirely. I have great respect for your fortitude.
I think
Yeah, it was
I got
shocking.
I got a lemon pie from my grandmother, and I think that the
It helped.
purity of the lemon pie helped me.
Yeah. It's like that. It was like that horror movie, The Gate, where you needed a token of love to destroy it.
What, nice gate reference.
Thanks.
Sure. Is that just for me, or?
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
a joke for only Magpie.
It is.
I mean, I love that movie. It's pretty cool. You got the weird construction worker in the wall and all the demons in the hole in the backyard. We're gonna watch that at some point. That movie's great.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's good.
So,
Big claymation Satan.
so the reason that Magpie during the intro said that the title would make us angry later, I should have noticed when her name was Strange Juice. I should have thought about the title. Because in katakana English, the title punchline is panchirain, which contains the word panchira, which means a panty shot.
I was fooled. I was just like, punchline. That sounds like something.
I thought it was gonna
It's
be
right
about
next to a
fucking
couple of
stand-up
boxing
comedians or
anime
something.
in my list. So
So we just got tricked.
yeah. Honestly, part of this is on me. I didn't read the tags, and ecchi is in there.
Listen, it's okay. Like I said, I will admit, I wanted to like this. At least
Yeah.
during the hijacking, I thought there was something so I hated the dubstep music that was playing the whole time, but
Oh,
like-
yeah, I
bad.
wrote that too.
but there was something so
Yeah.
I don't know, something arresting about the idea of a magical girl who was stopping an armed bus hijacking.
That's pretty good.
It just seemed really good. And then when her name was Strange Juice, I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be good. And then it wasn't.
That's
No.
the thing, is there's elements of brilliance in this.
Yeah.
Only elements, like the section later on in the episode where she has to go do something else and she's as a regular persona and does the whole fucking magical girl transformation, and they put an inset of what it looks like from the outside. And she's just fucking around her room like a jackass.
And then instead of her outfit magically coming on, it just drops out of a panel in the ceiling and she has to put it on.
She just put it on like a normal person.
It's like, that's good. That is funny. But then I think the problem is that I hate the main character and I hate his plot.
Yeah.
I wish they made this show without the main character.
Yeah. He's kind of cute. He's
like,
kind
okay,
of, he's got a fun looking
I-
design, but like
I didn't like, get anything out of his design. He just like
He's
looks
a
like
little more
generic
colorful
anime
than your standard
character to me.
Kirito.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
He
got his
reminds
bangs
me-
out of his face, so
Reminds me of Shimon. So
yeah.
I
Which is
can
a
agree
good
with that
thing.
assessment.
That's a good character to be reminded of.
So my favorite. All right, y'all are gonna roast me. I
Okay.
liked the design. Let me get that out there. The design of the cat. The cat is bad, but I like the design of the cat.
Joey.
Let's
Joey.
talk about the cat. I posted. Here's in my notes. I have listed. Oh no! Yet another annoying talking animal. Are they going to
Yeah,
be a
of
pervert
course.
too?
Well,
Yes.
like when the cat turned on the computer and there were just cats humping
Oh.
for the second.
oh yeah. Yeah,
It's just
I briefly forgot because
minimizes with no.
I briefly forgot because he didn't do anything else perverted, and I was like,
Yeah.
maybe even you should be like, well, that's what he does on his own time.
yeah.
It's true.
I was really distracted by the fact that that's like the actual screensaver for Sony Vaio, which is the laptop that was on. And so here's the section of my notes that I'd like to just share with the group. Feel free to add this as a well, our liner notes are probably going to be the Key and Peele meme, so I'll just read this. The first line says, the fucking Sony Vaio screensaver. And then the second line says, cats fuckding?
Cats fuckding.
Oh god. So then they open up this live streaming like website, and it's like a live stream of like their room directly below that room.
Yes.
And like, why? Like, I guess this might have been explained,
No.
or I might have processed this better if I didn't watch it at 4x speed. But like, why is there a live stream of his house?
That's a good
I have
fucking
great
question.
news. They don't
It is a good
explain it.
question.
There is no explanation
There
for that.
isn't.
Why is your life live streaming on Nico Nico?
Why aren't you live streaming your life?
Hey, here, I've got something to mine out of this show, which is the assertion that your well, I suppose they explained that he got possessed by something else, but I was operating on the assumption that your soul is not necessary for your body to walk around and act like a
Right?
person.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on.
It's just like it's
Yeah.
just doing its own thing.
Yeah, live streaming on Nico Nico.
What up?
I was very amused because they got locked out of their room by the demon who's possessing their body, and I enjoy how we were immediately given a MacGuffin to like get this book.
Get this book.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Book.
I really appreciate the fact that the MacGuffin is like suspicious and might be bullshit
Uh-huh.
because it sounds like bullshit.
It sounds like
does.
bullshit. An ancient Indian spell book called the Nandala Gondola sounds made up, even in the show's universe.
Yeah, even in like
Yeah.
anime, and the kid is just like, that sounds like bullshit, and the cat's like, it might be bullshit. I guess you'll have to find out, asshole. And then he just leaves through the ceiling. See, I kind of like the cat for that reason, because he's just like, I don't really give a fuck about you.
Hmm.
I'm a ghost cat. I don't
Yeah.
care about anything.
I largely hated the cat, but I did like the part where he was like, I don't know, I'm tired of explaining stuff.
Figure it
You're
out
kind
on
of
your
a bug.
own.
I don't really like you that much anyway.
Yeah.
This show's an experience.
Here's the thing is, I wanted to hate this show, but it was so over the top that I couldn't take it seriously. I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, you started having a good time?
A
I'm
little bit.
glad there are like good parts of the show. There are parts that I was entertained by, but it was just so like,
It was
why
so
is
much.
There's
why
so
is
much.
it
Too much.
fucking like why is it a comedy magical girl deconstruction meets like terrorist plot
Yeah, it's a
meets
lot.
fucking Shaman
Meets
King?
Die
Like
Hard
why?
3.
I wish it would Die Hard 3.
And like even the base
I,
like the base conceit is still fine, because it's just like, hey, being able to go back in time because you're a ghost, can make a certain kind of bizarre sense because you're a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
B, trying to figure out why the Earth keeps exploding at the end of the day is a
Yeah.
worthy like plot.
Yeah.
It just sucks altogether.
I think I would also have enjoyed this if it weren't for because like I feel like a complete knob, but like for real, like fan service it does nothing but alienate me. It just makes me like not feel great. And so like if the show didn't have that and it was just this chaotic like nonsense anime where like it's like 10 different genres in one, I think I would enjoy it.
Yeah, but what would the driving force be?
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to
I
do
think
it.
the driving force could just be like they could just take out the thing where like he sees panties and his nose bleeds and the world explodes.
Yeah, just
They could
make it something
so that, like,
else,
the world
probably.
explodes at the end of the day. Like that could have been
If
like,
yeah,
sufficient.
here's my pitch for improving panty line. Just take the guy out entirely. Make the
Yeah.
whole plot about a fake magical girl trying to stop a terrorist organization. And maybe you could maybe even keep the world exploding at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And, like,
exactly.
I just it just
Yeah, we could do this.
What if it was the cat that was going back in
What
time
if it
to,
was
like,
the
fix
cat
it?
that was going
It was
back?
the cat.
We can do this, and we're gonna
All it could do is like pull on like strings to like make it so that like
we're
the
gonna
world didn't explode.
we're gonna lose enough of the original plot that we won't be ripping it off. So like,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like homemade magical girl fights actual Hans
Terrorist
Gruber
cell.
fucking terrorists
Actual terrorist
with
cell, yeah.
machine guns and shit.
Yes.
And she just has her straw.
The straw was good,
Her metal
actually.
straw. Yeah.
It
I
was
did
good.
like the straw.
I was trying to figure out. I have no idea what the pumpkin chair joke is. I'm sure that that's a pun too, but I don't understand it. Although the girl's name is it's Daihatsu Meika. And if you read that together, Daihatsu Meika is like great inventor.
The Q, the gadget person. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. She's the
Yeah.
tech girl.
You notice that whole stable of really awesome cyberpunk motorcycles?
All right, listen.
Wonder
I
if
didn't
that's,
say it was
theme or
bad.
something.
I just
Yeah, it was very funny that it was very funny that within like 5 minutes of this anime there was an Akira reference.
I was just like, that's a pretty dope motorcycle. And then later in the episode, they got a whole fucking fleet of
Like, oh,
just like,
motorcycle's good.
pretty cool motorbikes. Have we got anything else to say about this?
The last thing that I wanted to mention, it's not a lot of anything, but I wanted to talk about the eye catch.
Oh yeah. So the eye catch is just
Um,
pornography. This is where it's going.
It shocked me.
We're ready for it.
Yeah. It certainly had like what's the word? It certainly had like fucking like like 90s first person shooter like female announcer vibes, which of course is influenced by a different kind of thing.
Yes, but it was just kind of a super moan.
Yeah, I know.
Big
Grapple's
moan.
right though. It did kind of sound a little bit like the announcer from TF2.
Oh no.
Don't
God.
do this.
I don't know what to do.
Listen, I'll put it this way. Anytime it feels like for any like first person shooter, like I don't play FPSs anymore, so I don't even know if it's true anymore. But like it feels like they got like the female voice actresses into the booth and they just said, okay, sound like you're being like hit, but also you're horny. Like whenever you get shot, it's like they sound like they're
Oh yeah, Foley noises.
they sound like they're
Yeah.
they sound like they're in like Food Wars. That sounds like they're the first episode of Food
Yeah,
Wars.
Foley noises for damage are fucked up. Especially for
Yeah.
women.
Yes.
They're just like,
That's what I'm trying to say. I do have one thing I have on here, which is I was very sad that the chibis in the ending credits were really cute. And
They
I'm just like, why did
were!
it have to be? Why did they have to like spend the chibi energy on this show? Why couldn't this be like a different show?
Oh, there was a cool rotating shot in the middle of the episode that I just want to call out for being cool. It's genuinely cool. It's a real shame when you see somebody put a lot of fucking work into a project that's fundamentally flawed.
Yeah. There were like this had like parts of it had like trigger energy almost. Like it like the very beginning reminded me of Promare. The way that it was just like this like fast-paced like car chase, but also like some kind of ridiculous anime trope is happening also. It was cool and like I thought it was really well animated, but
Yeah,
it just
it was this.
It was
this.
this. And with that, we should check our email.
Is
wrap
anybody
it up.
gonna watch more?
I would consider it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was funny.
I'm shaking my head.
I mean, I say that, but I probably won't actually.
I have literally never watched more of anything that we talked about on the show except Tiger and Bunny.
You like Tiger and Bunny?
And that was like what, episode 3 or something?
That was like 5, I think. I actually have like completed a few shows that we did on
Yeah.
here. Like I watched all of Izuku and I watched a whole bunch of what is it?
Monogatari?
Monogatari.
Yeah, Ora Monogatari.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of that too. It's very good.
It's very cute.
I want to watch more of that actually.
I think I watched something else, but I can't remember. But yeah, I occasionally pick up on it. But really, a lot of the times when I say I will pick up on something on the show, I don't fucking do it.
I've finished quite a few actually.
Well, you're a fiend for
That's
anime.
really true. Looking at our list, the things that I actually finished, or the things that I actually went back to watch more of were, obviously Higurashi doesn't count.
Yeah, it's a long-running project for us.
Tiger and Bunny, fucking Don Machi, which I'm a little ashamed to admit.
I watched all of that.
Was it good?
Demon Slayer, which I only watched enough of to realize I didn't actually like the show.
You liked it less than you did in the episode.
Yeah, like the first episode got me, and then the rest of it was like, okay, all right, I get it. Where's the pig guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm checking our Twitter right now. I don't think we have any messages.
We ain't got no emails. You can change that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
Yeah,
That's
and that is
one
one.
word, not a number. I gotcha. I beat you.
Nonjed me. And we're also on Twitter. We are at One Episode Cast. That is also one the word, not the number. We're usually just retweeting bad content or posting our
Good
own bad
content.
content, and then on Thursdays we
content.
post the worst content, the episodes.
I've had,
Best
I don't know. I've had a sensible chuckle at some of the stuff on the Twitter.
I'm very glad.
Speaking of the Twitter, I don't know if anybody actually even listens to this show, but I'm going to put out a call for it anyway. I desperately would like some viewer suggestions for just some of the worst, weirdest trash that you've ever seen, because the bag of evil's getting a little thin.
Yeah, we're running low on
Send us the
stuff.
garbage.
There's
It's
a
not
big,
To
that
roll in it.
it's
There's
not
a-
that the world is short on bad anime to watch. It is just that we are only 4 people, and there's only so much we can take.
there's only
in
so
a
much we
week.
can see.
There's only for sure.
So, yeah, just asterisk that if you want to put bad shit in viewer suggestions. There's quite a bit of presumably good stuff in there, and we're going to be cracking into that more thoroughly in the next couple of episodes because I'm just running out of shit.
Just please, one request: please don't give us ecchi or hentai. I'm not strong enough yet.
Well,
If hopefully we can get Abby back for some of the hentai.
yeah, we're going to have to vet some of the stuff in that list just to make sure we don't poison
Yeah.
ourselves.
Just to sniff out the horny.
Sniff out the bleeding noses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Japan like that?
Does
Everybody
just
over there have
don't
fucked
know.
up sinuses?
I guess it's to represent that the blood is rushing somewhere else.
I
I mean, I feel like it would be hard to with that level of anemia.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Does anyone have any last minute thoughts? Because I've got one thing that's just replaying in my head over and over, and I feel like I should just get it out of my system
Get it
before
out.
we leave.
Could you say it's running through your head?
It is. The enemies captured our intelligence.